Okay.
Nerd alert!
Okay, so I think we're live. I don't think we're just talking to ourselves like we usually do, right? Right? Uh-oh. Hello? Uh-oh. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, what happened?
Well, right when you started playing the music, it froze, and my Hangouts rebooted, and I was in the chat. I saw you, hello, hello. So I just left and came back.
That's fucking Google tonight, man.
Fuck yeah, right. Motherfuckers.
Fuckers. You're
Yeah,
gonna fuck us, aren't you?
I mean that's their plan.
Yeah.
What's what's going on with Ian?
Oh, not much. I been working for Sherry a little bit, making some side money, some side hustle.
Sherry.
Yeah, my stepmom.
Oh, see, I didn't know her name.
Oh yeah, sorry. I guess for the years, the several years we've been doing this, I haven't even mentioned my stepmom's name.
Wow, my video looks like shit on your end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and you're like all robotic
I don't
sometimes.
understand it. I don't understand it.
Your your wife streaming some 4K there or something?
Oh no, no. We don't. This is the only 4K TV we have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So let me get my tasks while I'm talking to you.
All right.
Let me close all instances of Vivaldi and come back.
All right.
So I'll be right back, dog.
Okay, man. But yeah, I the whole time I've been on here, I really haven't uh mentioned my stepmom's name, which is Sherry, and my dad's name, which is Jim. Oh, Jim, from American Pie. um, but yeah. So what's going on, everybody? Are you get? It's getting to be close to Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa, Miss. However you want, you know. I mean, or the holidays, if you really want me to say that, which I don't care either way.
What don't you care about?
Uh, people expect you to say holidays, you know. But I mean, I'll say holidays once in a while, you know.
Oh no, you're not one of those people. There's a war on Christmas. They want their holidays instead of Christmas. No, they just want you to include fucking New Year's, you idiot. Because like it, you don't you say happy birthday to somebody on their fucking birthday. But if you know Dave and like 8 of his friends are having their birthdays that same week, you say happy birthdays, fuckers, and no one has a problem.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. Am I still shitty on your end?
Um, I mean, it's not too bad. You can check the thing now.
Oh, can I?
I think it's only like like 5 or 10 second delay. I'm not sure.
Hmm. Look.
But
Hold, please. Doot, 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 doot. I don't know. I mean, I look better, I guess.
yeah, I noticed that like when the shit you could tell your bandwidth is going to shit when the camera goes to like really low camera quality, you know.
I mean, your camera is doing the same thing now to me, but I'm not the
Yeah.
one broadcasting, so
Right.
I don't know. I like you figure Vivaldi would just be like just like Chrome, it would say Chrome and then have like a parentheses 7, 8, whatever. But then it'll say that, and then there'll be another instance of it down in the bottom, and then another one, and I'm like, why aren't they all just together?
Yeah.
And you closed one with the most, and it closes all of them. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand.
Way the processes are handled, it definitely gets more and more convoluted, you know.
Yeah, this is stupid.
But I mean, you can kind of follow what the conversation is about. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I
So
guess it's just a bad night for Google. I guess.
I guess. So anyway, dog. So you've been working for Sherry. What else you been up to?
Oh yeah. Well, I was just saying I've been working for her, making some side money. Um, I've been printing a couple more of these little dough cutter things for her. This is
Do they
actually
work really well?
yeah, it works pretty good. I made this thing like because she wants like to be able to do a whole bunch at the same time. So I was gonna do like a 5x5 grid of these, and that's why I made these
Um,
little puzzle bases so I could like glue them and
uh,
attach them together.
I figured that was so you could say it's for autism awareness.
Well, I mean, you could play with them kind of like a puzzle, I guess. But this is actually a new type of filament that I got called PETG. It's
Uh-huh.
it's supposed to be food safe too, so that's good for the dough stuff, and it's like better than some of the other filaments. It's made as the same type of plastic as like water bottles, I guess. So
Yeah, like a lot of water cooling tubing is PETG.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was gonna get some clear ones, but it would probably be a lot. It'd probably be a lot cheaper just if you were to just get PET tubing than versus if you were to print like large sections of that out. You know.
Well, then it looks like ass if you 3D print clear tubing. Because when I was looking at getting a 3D printed Nuka Cola bottle,
Yeah.
the guy like they 3D print them on Etsy all the time, and the thing is with regular brown or whatever to make it look like a soda bottle, you can rub all that out with sandpaper and polish it and never know it was 3D printed. That clear, that's always going to look like ass.
Yeah. Well, there's other plastics that you could print out and you can post process them with like isopropyl alcohol, which will chemically smooth it out. But
It melts it a little bit basically.
yeah, and it's just a bit way too much of a hassle to be able to get to the end result of just buying some, well, like $20 tubes.
Yeah, what do you think those are? Just extruded?
Yeah, probably
Because
extruded and
there's no seam, so it would probably have to be.
yeah. Which,
Hear
by the
that?
way,
Hmm?
oh, go ahead.
No, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, are you still going with the soft tubing, or have you changed your
Um,
mind?
well, even though it can leach plasticine and possibly clog because of that, it's easier because with soft you just cut it and there you go.
Yeah,
Versus any kind of rigid tubing, you're gonna have to cut it and then chamfer the ends or polish them or sand them, depending on what kind of what your medium is. If it's metal, you gotta do all kinds of crap. If it's glass, you gotta be fucking careful.
yeah.
If it's acrylic, you can't use the same cutters as you would for PTG.
Oh yeah. There,
So
it's very,
it'll shatter.
yeah. It's
But
it's very involved. It's like
yeah,
science.
and my first time and possibly having to change shit anyway. I don't want to get that involved because just to even cut this shit, you have to spend 50, $60 before you even buy the shit.
Oh, what you mean for like the cutters?
Yeah, well, like because think about it, you gotta you gotta get a heat gun to bend it. Then you gotta get an insert to make sure it maintains its rigidity because it's rigid tube
Yeah,
to avoid kinks and bubbles. And then you gotta get the thing that piece to chamfer the ends, which there's a shit ton of plastic ones on Amazon and shit, but all the reviews are like, this thing sucks. So you could get one of the bits that like Jay uses, but that's $20 in a drill right there. And that's before
yeah.
you even buy the fucking tubes. Versus I could spend $20 on tubes and be done. And use scissors.
Oh, yeah.
I might have to use a couple. I'm not going to use too many fittings, I don't think, because the more connections you have is just the more points of failure.
Yeah. I did see something cool though on I forget whose video, but they mentioned this one kit that you could get. It's a leak tester kit that just measures like like air pressure in there,
Yeah,
and
it
it'll
puts
tell you,
air in it instead of water.
and it'll tell you if there's any leaks. If the pressure stays like that for like 20 minutes or something, you come back and it's still at full pressure.
I think I saw Jay had one of those, and some other guy did that.
Yeah. Are you thinking about getting one of those?
No,
No.
nah, no,
You're just
I'm not
gonna
gonna
ball
do that
it,
shit.
huh? You just gonna put like a bunch of paper towel down on there?
Um, I mean, as long as it's unplugged, I figure I'm okay. Because you unplug the 24 pin from your motherboard, so
Yeah.
your motherboard's not getting any power. So even if anything does get wet, just don't run it for 24 hours.
Well, it's like even like DeBauer, he puts that shit in like a dishwasher even. As long as it doesn't have
Yeah,
any power, it's fine, I guess. But that's a little bit risky
yeah,
for me.
yeah. Nah, that's cool.
Um, but yeah, what about you, dog? You got any you said your birthday was coming up soon. Are you going to any parties? Because like us, we're on Sunday, the 22nd. We're supposed to have like a get together and stuff, and it's gonna be my dad's birthday.
No,
Yeah,
no. My my family's all discombobulated because people work on holidays and shit.
yeah.
So nah.
Well, what do you
Uh,
basically do? You do Christmas and then maybe like a New Year thing or something, or
um, I see my family for Christmas, and I don't do anything for New Year's because we can't promise that we'll stay up that late.
oh yeah, we're party animals.
Yeah, no, she's normally out at 9 o'clock, and that's before daylight savings time. So, like, even me, dude, since it's dark so early, I'm like, I had to go out today and get myself a big ass Mountain. This is what was left of my Mountain Dew after I had it with my dinner.
Oh yeah. What did you eat
Like
tonight? Some Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Nice.
Let me hold up. Send a picture. I took a picture of my wife's drink, and let me screen share it here in a second once it finishes sending. I came home and I got her a large freeze from Taco Bell, and I got my drink from a gas station. I came home and I sat them on the fucking counter, and let me hold up. Let me screen share here if it'll let me. So yeah, that yellow drink is a pineapple freeze, large.
Nice.
This giant behemoth I was drinking. I filled it up. I'm like pouring it, and I'm like, man, I feel weird. I feel like everyone's looking at me,
Right.
but I'm not putting it back.
This is the American size.
Right. Because like I didn't know they had this size. They had a size smaller because the cups with the regular drinks are the smaller size, and then with the the slushies they got the bigger size. And I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
It was $1.50. Actually I got it for free because I had points on my card at the gas station. So it's good shit. I try to get it every week. Even if I don't get Taco Bell, I like to get it because it's fruit punch.
Yeah. What
But
did you get your usual there?
pretty much. And I got my wife a Chalupa Supreme just because she won't get it. But no, why are we talking about stuff? That's the theme song, mother.
Well, no, we're talking about. Well, I'm trying to talk about food. I haven't get. I still need to try that Doritos Chalupa or whatever.
Oh, the Doritos Locos Tacos?
Uh, I think so. Or it was no, it was like a cheesy chalupa.
Cheesy
I
Poos?
think. Yeah.
Yeah, with Cheesy Poos.
Cheesy Poos. But yeah, I need to hit. I do have a question though.
I don't give a fuck.
Soda Talk with Frank and Ian.
Your drop has an echo, Frank. So what are you drinking on? That's my question. Damn it.
Well, I got a Mountain Dew Cyclone, and I said, I don't need no sidekick drinks. And then I'm like, boy, I might finish this before the show gets started. So I got toilet water on the side there.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay, so I had the same Rip-It that I did last week.
Ew.
It's pretty good.
It's
And
gotta be
then,
gross by now.
oh no, the same type of thing. It's the same flavor.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be gross if it was like open. And then I got another green apple Gatorade. And then yeah, I know I'm weak or whatever, but I had to break down and get get a case of these Mary Macho Mountain Dews. I'm weak. I'm not proud of it, but
I was tempted. I've been wanting to get a case of that, but I keep forgetting.
they better get some before the Christmas is over.
I mean, as soon as I like something is when they get rid of the shit.
Yeah, I know,
Like,
right?
I have one Voodoo brew bottle in my fridge, and I'm like, I need to drink it, but because it's sitting next to my Do Shine bottle, and I'm like,
You don't want to get rid of it though. You don't want it to be gone, right?
once I drink it, it is gone
I know.
forever and ever, and ever and ever, never and ever, 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 ever and ever, ever. So, by the way, Mr. Ian,
Yes, Mr. Frank.
since we're doing Soda Talk, I have a couple of Soda Talk articles.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do. Just give me a second to make the screen dark because it's bright as balls. There we go. Yeah. So my wife actually found this. Mountain Dew is reportedly launching a peach flavored drink, which they already did with Sweet Lightning. I don't understand why, but called Happy Dew Year. I don't know if it's real or not, but I mean, I couldn't find that damn pineapple drink. Could you?
There was supposed to be a pineapple Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it was exclusively to Dollar Generals.
Huh.
Hold up. Maui Burst. See?
Oh yeah.
Everyone's like, boy, I had to look and I finally found it. I'm like, I never found this shit. But also, Mountain Dew Body Wash exists out there in the world now.
What?
Look at this. Old kick-ass confidence.
I
Could
bet
be
you that'd
coming
be
to
like-
extreme.
What?
It says, could be coming to the extreme years come true. If a body wash is scented like Mountain Dew sounds like an internet hoax, it's because that's how it got its unlikely start. 2 years ago, a Photoshop photo of Mountain Dew body wash blast by Reddit user Pedo went viral. While many had the appropriate response of ew, there were those who said they'd actually used the stuff if only it existed. Lucky for them, the folks over Mountain Dew heard their pleas and created their very own body wash featuring an intense citrus flavor, scent. So the fact that limited edition body wash does exist out there in the world is the good news. Bad news is it's not available for purchase yet. Mountain Dew have originally made 250 8-ounce bottles to share with other brands, but that doesn't mean it won't hit store shelves eventually. After all, who are they to deny the Dew Nation?
It looks like it'd be like an Axe bottle or something, you know?
I mean,
I wonder if it'll be like real tingly or whatever. Like, didn't they have like a caffeinated like lipstick or gum or something?
what was it? It's like I can't remember what scent it was. It's like, no wonder everyone likes that body wash. I feel like my butthole to Newport.
Yeah, it's something that wakes you up when you take a shower in the morning.
Hold on. What the hell? Oh, here we go. Hold up. Yeah, I found the meme today, and it made me think of that. If I could screen share again. I never understood why people like peppermint body wash until today. Feels like my butthole smoked a Newport. It's Kermit's frog. So anyway,
What is your thing though? Do you do the axe or do you just do some basic
well,
bitch shit?
no, I have a Old Spice body wash. I had just plain Old Spice until I ran out. My wife bought me a thing of Fiji, which actually smells really good. And then I also have a remedy soap for dry skin because I have really dry skin. I've had to get prescription shampoo that once I get done washing my hair, I rub it on my face because I get really bad dry skin on my face. And I use lotions and stuff like prescription strength, like just regular shit won't do it. Everyone's like, just try Head and Shoulders. That doesn't do fucking anything. Tar shampoo that doesn't do anything either. Tea gel and all that, it's fucking expensive.
What about what do you do for deodorant? Do you like the the dry powder or the
No.
blue soap kind, or do you do like the
I'm
gel?
I'm a man. Powder gets stuck in my armpit hair. No, I like Wolf Thorn by Place is my favorite. I've used it antiperspirant, but it's even though it's winter, I'm wearing a coat a lot of times at work because it's fucking winter, and I'm working at a door unloading trucks. But there's a heater right there, and I'm working, so I sweat. So I've had to go back to deodorant, and I'm just going off the reserves of like whatever high endurance I have right now. But yes, I do like Old Spice.
Yeah, Old Spice. That's usually what I do. Yeah, like I tried the gel shit, and it just feels like you got some shit in your armpits. You know, it's like really messy.
I mean, yeah. Now,
Do you care
do you
about
have
that?
a?
That do you worry about that shit where they're like it's like aluminum in there or whatever, and it clogs your pores?
I mean, yeah, because I have shirts that are just like got little the flakes of shit, even like after being washed in the
Yeah,
armpits. But what can you fucking do? Are you gonna go around smelling like a stinky dude? Got
yeah,
a,
be a hippie.
we got a driver that like 9 o'clock in the morning. He shows up and he already smells like he worked a whole day and sweat out his butthole. Like, dude, he's standing away from me and he smells like an armpit.
Yeah, some people just have like stronger smells to them, you know.
Oh no, this guy looks like he would smell that way. Like he has
Is
long
his hair all
hair.
greasy? His hair greasy and shit.
I mean, mine's greasy, but no, his is just yeah,
Well, you push
and,
shit in your hair. I'm sure it's not.
yeah. No, his is naturally
normal like
greasy
that.
and like
Yeah.
he's he's married to his wife. I think he said for 4 years, and they got 4 kids. I'm like, Jesus, dude, slow down.
Yeah.
But anyway, you want to get into the video of the week?
Yeah. Let's get into video of the week.
It's not hide and seek. It's the video of the week.
I mean, you gotta admit that's a catchy little ditty.
Okay, so I thought I'd do everybody a favor. I took some time and since Jade just finished his Nebula build, which if you don't know is basically a replacement for his Skunkworks personal build.
Rip.
Yeah.
Actually, he's not getting rid of Skunkworks. He's not using it. He's gonna keep it on display, but it's just gonna be in the office.
Right. But for his personal build at home, he's going to be using this new build he called Nebula. And since he just finished it, I thought and he doesn't have a playlist yet for it. I thought I went through and put in like all the update videos he's done on it. You know, like even like the little mod videos, because he did a video just for painting his SLI bridge, which ended up being a failure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to skip through, you could go to the last link in there, which is basically the finished one.
I on copy link. I've been watching all those. I didn't like that video because I've been waiting for him to reveal it, and the fluid he uses is actually what I kind of want to use. Notice I said kind of because he's using distilled water, and as pure and as good as distilled water is, when you got to add biocides, that's just too much for me because certain ones react differently with nickel.
Oh yeah, then you got that galvanic corrosion and shit. You got to worry about that too.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
really,
also
he. Go ahead.
he's not really a fan anymore of the pastels either. So
Which is yeah, but he could have used EK cryo fuel, which is clear,
yeah,
but distilled water is cheaper. I mean, ultimately, like you get distilled water, you get a couple bottles of biocide and like a drop for a gallon or whatever. They're okay, but like I would worry about my block changing colors,
yeah.
like
Well,
stripping the nickel off.
he did say in this video that he's still probably going to make a couple minor tweaks here and there as time goes on. So he might change that out.
Yeah, I mean, for him, he's got actual hardline tube everywhere, so you'd only see it in the reservoir anyway.
Yeah.
But
But like I said, I got all 10 videos of his is there in the list. So like if you want to watch all of them in a row, you can. You know.
yeah, he's like, yeah, this is actually clear UV fluid. He's like, if he had UV lights in there, you can see it glows blue, even though it's clear.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing that because my whole thing is Fallout. I could make it look like Nuka-Cola with UV lights, and then
But
turn them off when I want it to just be clear.
yeah, they do make
Dum, 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 dum.
I don't know if they make them in addressable, but I know the regular they do make in RGB plus UV lights.
Yes, Cable Mod makes them, and they're like expensive if you look at the website or Amazon. But then I found a guy on eBay selling an old set that's got the old pinout, which I don't know why I would care because I can't use my motherboard's header anyway because it's got UV.
Yeah,
So
you basically need the same number of pins as like like if you do the RGB plus a W or whatever.
yeah, so like, well, it's a wide strip, so like the UV light is actually different from the RGB, so you can have both going at the same time.
Yeah, you could do them
And
separately if you wanted.
yeah, the remote's actually got two different sets of controls on it.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I was looking at a set because I don't have any UV lights in my rig. I gotta find some. And hold on, I'll show you the auction I was looking at real quick. Got it in my watched library here. Paste the zoom enhance.
I think I forget if it was the NZXT software or if it was the Razer software, but one of them had like an option for the UV to control it too, I think.
Yeah, but that's not on your motherboard. That's something totally separate.
Yeah.
So you'd have to buy another fucking thing. See, this one, like you can see, is just for the power on off, just for the UV. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Because then the top is on off for regular lights, which is cool. Now I can't remember. This one is for a 60 centimeter kit. It comes in 60 and 30. And it connects to SATA, which is even better because I wouldn't have to worry about Molex.
Yeah.
And look how cheap that shit is.
What's the price on it?
$17 with $5 shipping.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's pretty good.
And it's PPC clearance. So
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what you would do is you would just go straight to your power supply then with that.
you just plug it, into your SATA power, and then plug that into the. There's a remote control dongle and end of the strip and the strip's magnetic too, so you didn't even take the adhesive shit off.
Yeah. Or you could always just get a, since you already have RGB addressable strips in there, you could just get a UV strip on its own, and you just have to use a remote for that.
Well, I looked at it. This is cheaper, and it gives me the options of more RGBs
That's true. You'd have a
because I could
lot
turn
of
RGB
RGB
off. Yeah, I mean,
It's all
and I
yeah.
don't.
It's all just more options. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, because I was like, well, I wouldn't be able to control this with my motherboard. I looked at the brand new ones, and in Amazon, there's the question section, and someone's like, no, you can't control this with your motherboard because you need a UV header. And I'm like, oh yeah, thank you for that answer.
Yeah.
So,
In fact, I think I have. Let me check. Keep talking here.
so yeah, about that, yeah.
Oh, okay. Here it is. Here I have a roll here. This is just this here. It's just a 2-pin since it's just one channel. But yeah, this is basically a UV strip here. So like I could put that in my computer and then just control this independently from the addressable, but it's an option. I mean, at least we have options,
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, hey, and I'm like, off is an option, right?
Yeah.
Not because you want rainbow poop all the time. You just want to be able to do it. Man, look at this motherfucker. This is a 2950X. It says second gen threader, the 16 core. And this guy wants what was it going for? 859.
Yeah. Now you're considering doing the 2000 series, but yeah, in order to do Threadripper, you'd have to upgrade for the third.
If I did the third, yeah, if I did the third gen, I'd have to upgrade the board. I can do second gen with my current motherboard.
Yeah.
Because they changed the pinouts. Even though the socket looks the same, it reads differently.
Yeah, there's
Micro Center.
Jay was saying that I guess AMD promised for AM4 to have support until like 2022, I think, but
Yeah,
the
not
new
Threadripper.
Threadripper isn't. Yeah, they totally redid the pinout.
Well, they want it differently anyway because your VRMs. They said if you're going to be overclocking, they didn't guarantee that the first batch of chips, didn't run as hot. So if you put a second gen, if you're going from a 16 core to a 32 core and you try to overclock it on a first gen motherboard, they're like, some of the manufacturers sold kits that will let you put a VRM fan set on there. But yeah, Micro Center is selling them for 600. So
That's for what, the 16? What is the 32
Yeah,
going for?
oh, well, hold on. Threadripper.
That's the W, isn't it? It has a W at the
Yeah, 2990 WX. Yeah, even the second gen is still going for like 1600 on eBay.
Yeah.
Which it's Christmas time. They're doing the whole inflate by 50% and then discount it 10%.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
My wife's like, I don't know why people think 40% is the sale. And that's why when I was looking at that pump I told you I ordered, I was looking at it on Amazon and that was, going to be a 30% sale. Like, shit.
Frank
She
was
doesn't think
looking at
that's
a penis pump.
Not my bag, baby.
RGB penis pump.
Whoa.
Are you gonna get one of those flow indicators?
No,
No.
don't care.
What about what are those those water distro blocks, are those pretty good for doing a loop?
I mean, yeah, they have to be made. They have to be made to fit your case, and really, it's just so you don't have to do anything but straight runs to it.
Yeah. Well, that's why I see like like BitTech and shit doing like custom ones.
Yeah, you'll see a bunch of them for the new Leon Lee case that's out,
Yeah.
the X100 or whatever. Trying to
So
did someone buy it? Oh, whoops.
so basically, it's just there for placement of things.
Yeah, I mean
Make shit
it
easier.
the easy way. I mean, like I said, they run short, straight runs. So,
Yeah.
but here's basically, the pump I was looking at. I didn't order this bracket that I could have got. That little X that's in the back, because that rubber bracket that goes around the outside of the pump has a bracket, and it just goes straight through my damn like the slots in my case.
Hmm.
S2. Hold on, I'll show you. Hold on. There's a video on it, which is filmed at the Bitwit Studios, but it's a fractal video.
Fractal design, Josh.
No, that's Josh. But you can see they took the hard drives out, and then behind there they just screw in the bracket, and then they put the reservoir right there.
Yeah.
And those metal brackets that go in the back of the plastic brackets, those came with my case.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I could put a reservoir there, and then my the pump bracket would go in there somewhere. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. Now, from all your researches, what custom water cooling is actually a lot more simpler than people make it out to be.
Um, I mean, I've seen guys do it that I'm like, how did you not blow your shit up?
Yeah.
Like the one guy, he didn't even use recommended hose. He just got a vinyl hose from a hardware store, and it's like, you could do that, but vinyl is actually what they tell you not to use. I don't know
Yeah.
if the plastic side comes out or if it makes it weak or what, but I mean, I'm trying to get away with doing it fairly cheaply, because if I screw something up, it'd be just like another failed AIO. I can take it out and big deal.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it seems like you're trying to do it as like in a simple way as you can, or it's
Yeah,
not too
I
overly
don't want to.
complicated, hard lines, all that shit.
No, well, I don't want to change too much. I would like to do. I'd like to put two radiators in it, because eventually, if I decide to put water blocks in it, all I would have to do is put the blocks in and then run the tubing.
You mean for like your
And
GPU?
yeah,
Yeah.
and I've put a radiator in. It's not that hard. I could actually put. I'm thinking about getting a 420 up front or up top, because my case supports it, and a 360 in the front, because I have one now, and it might be tight. Tight.
A 420 is that, or
Still a triple fan.
Oh, is that a triple two 140 or whatever?
Well,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
hold on. Let me do. I can't math right now. Let me calculator. 420 divided by 140 is 3. Yes.
Yeah.
Trying to remember. Well, I mean, my top fans I have 2. I can't remember what my back fan is. It might be a 140. So, because if I want a 120 up front, I can't run the back fan anyway. I don't think because it might be too hot.
Well, if you decide to do that, at least didn't you say you had gotten the wrong uh, LED rings? Like you had
Well,
140s or whatever?
I got the right ones. I had one extra and I returned it.
Oh, you do.
Yeah, I didn't need it.
So are you going to have to get... You mostly got 120s right now?
All my fans have RGB what the fuck are they called? The halos.
Yeah.
So all I would have to do is move my rings around, dog.
But what are the size of all the halos? Are those 140s then?
No, not all of them, because the ones in my on my 350 or 360, those are 120s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I'll just get another 360
Oh, okay.
for the front. So I could take my back fan off and put it on the top, I guess. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Was it Kid from the Maybe not.
Well, are you going to still do a push-pull thing? Like, isn't that what you're doing now? Did you ever put, like, all 6 fans on yours?
On the radiator I got, yeah.
Yeah.
Came with 3, I bought 3. The 3 it came with were black, so they're in the front. And then I had 3 white ones in the back with the halos on.
Yeah, and are you
And
going to
then-
do that
and-
with your radiator then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the exact same thing now, except I'll have a radiator up top and a radiator in the front.
Yeah.
And right now, I have 2 fans up top and 1 in the back. So I'd probably just move the one from the back up to the top, just get another fan for the top, depending on how big it is. A 420 is wider,
Yeah, it is.
well, it's longer, and depending on which 420 you get. If I get like a Hardware Labs, they're wider. I actually got in an argument with a dude about it because his review of the S2, he's like, "Oh, it's limited radiator support," and I'm like, "Dude, you can put 4 radiators in the fucking thing, and one of them is a 420. What do you mean? What do you mean it's fucking limited?" Well, he's like, "Well, I meant," he says, "here, the clearance is anyway very limited." He's talking about here. Got a 420 up top and whatever the hell he got in the front. And I said, "Well, what if you run with the ports on the bottom?" I'm like, "Okay, homeboy. I told you, homeboy."
Some people just like to disagree.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Well, if you decide to do some GPU overclocking and then water cooling your GPUs, are you gonna do a separate loop for those? Because I know some people like to do that too, a separate loop for CPU and GPU.
No.
No.
I'm only going to have room for the one pump and one res. I'm not. Nah, son. Nah.
Well, I guess they said it because you would think it makes it like a lot warmer going, like the water going through your CPU and then that hot water going through your GPU. But I guess it doesn't matter as much as you would think.
It's just like they say with the loop order doesn't matter because by the time it all runs through, the water is only going to go a couple of degrees different anyway.
Yeah.
As long as you have the pump feeding the reservoir, feeding everything else, it doesn't fucking matter. The reservoir feeding the pump, so there's always water going to the pump, so the pump doesn't run dry, and then that going to everything else, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Because people are always like, "Why are you running that, hot water from your, GPU to your radiator?" And you're like, or hot water from your GPU to your CPU and then to your radiator. And they're like, it doesn't fucking matter. It'll all get dispersed. But yeah, this guy's got the same case as me pretty much, and as you can see, that where that thing is, that black thing in the right with the little readout, that's where the pump's gonna go.
Yeah.
And the reservoir where that, obviously where that reservoir is. I think he's running a separate reservoir and a pump because you can't fucking tell it's all black. Because of that gap there, there's a tube. So yeah.
Yeah, I was just think of like some kind of like Frankenstein's chemistry lab or something when I see like the hard line tubing.
I mean, it can be done cool. I mean, this is soft tube here. Just a little, I don't know. I don't know, Doug. I don't know.
Anyways, can we wrap this video of the week up?
Yeah, so,
Jeez.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, I enjoyed this series of videos you sent.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a good build, and yeah, he might do some more updates in the future, but it looks like the Nebula is he's pretty happy with it, and that's what he's gonna stick with for home, I guess.
Yeah, now he's got to finish redoing his home studio.
Yeah, he said at the end of the video, he doesn't even. It's just gonna sit there for a while because he's got to redo that room too. So he's bummed about that.
Right. So, anyway, my video, I sent myself two because I figured you'd have this one, so I had a second one I was going to use for backup.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised you didn't have it though. Tell you the truth. Did you see this replaced every PC in my house by LTT?
Yeah. I saw that.
So once again, Linus was playing with stuff, and he that dude just upgraded his home gaming rig.
Yeah.
So like he just did this for the like lulls and the why the hell nots, and it apparently works. So he I'm not gonna spoil the video. I'm just gonna say he got an Epic board, and basically Epic is like the super beefy brother to Threadripper, and you can run VMs, and he decided to make it run VMs for all of the computers in his house, and then pipe that through the house, and let's see, it's how long a video? It's a half-hour long video, so I advise people to watch it.
Yeah.
It's pretty entertaining. I always like when they do cable runs and shit like that.
Yeah. Basically, they do like a fiber active, like custom type of connector to be able to and connect to like these little boxes where you can plug your USB and all that shit into it.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because he's like, relative to these things, yeah, it's cheap. And this is not a typical setup that someone would have at home currently. Eventually, the hardware could become cheaper, just like 10 gig networking is, becoming cheaper.
Yeah. Well,
But
basically, it's the setup is a 28 core or not 28, 32 core, because he said he he could have gotten a 64 core, but that was going to be way overkill for his thing or whatever.
Well, he probably got a sample of both because he building a server at work, and from what I thought that was the one he was using because it's going to replace one of his servers that they have. So
well, I
Go
found it
ahead.
more overkill doing the amount of RAM that he put in there because he put half of a terabyte of RAM in it.
Well, it depends on what OS you're running because certain OSs want at least a gig of RAM per terabyte of storage, and if he's doing petabytes, he's probably going to need some RAM.
Yeah. Well, I I mean, I think it's a good setup. But and he basically finally got everything to work out. I think for he was having some problems with like plugging in certain USB things like the VR setup or whatever. But, because it
Well,
is
that's the go ahead.
I don't know how the USB shit works for each thing. Like how it knows like when you connect it's gonna just go to that virtual machine. Because physically it's all to the same motherboard.
Right.
I mean, I understand he wanted to try to do like a centralized thing, but like I would have just for the headaches, it would have just been better to like combine like have all of his computers in the same kind of rack like they do in the server room of their office, or their
I mean,
building.
They have that now, though.
Well, no, I mean they had separate computers in each room. Like he had his the gaming rig, and then he had his wife's computer. Like,
That's and his NAS. They're all in the server room behind that room that he's in right now.
well, no, I mean like the one, like the one with the slanted ceiling or whatever. He actually
The most
had a
comfortable
physical.
gaming.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one.
he had a tower in there that he actually physically shut off to show that it was still working.
Yeah. Well, that and his HTPC are the only ones that aren't like in the server closet though.
Yeah,
So it's just those two computers.
yeah,
And what you're meaning is you press this button to shut it off.
yeah,
It's funny that thing has the 980 in it.
yeah. But I mean,
But
I guess
I
like I said, I don't know what the purpose of it was. I guess like I said, he just wanted to be more consolidated or something. But
I mean, he just wanted to see if he could do it. He's been doing that for a long time, like how many gamers one CPU thing.
yeah, he likes to do a lot of, like making shit as complicated as you can and seeing if it'll work, right?
Right. And like just I mean, you're just trying to see if you can make it sweat.
Yeah.
And they were both playing Tomb Raider technically on the same machine, but just different instances. And
Well,
I mean,
it's just gonna suck. You'd be like, "Hey, sorry, kids," and then you have to say, "Sorry, babe. The whole thing's got to reboot here."
right. Oh no, it froze, honey.
Yeah.
The thing I was impressed with more was the DisplayPort cables they use, because I had never heard of that kind of cable. Because remember, I'm trying to get 25-foot cables.
Yeah.
And
25 foot. That's really nothing. You're well below the limit of of having like problems with like a really long cable.
well, the thing, and it's DisplayPort, so it's better. But the thing is, they don't make them that big in standard DisplayPort.
Yeah.
Like what I'm running now is maybe 20 foot. I can't remember. I hit the limit basically, and once you go past it, you can find them, but they're like, I was looking, and you say like I said, I need 5. They sell the smallest I can find was a 33-foot, but those they support 8K at 60 hertz or 4K at 1400 or 144 hertz, which I'm like, okay, that'd be that would work because my problem is for a monitor that is my ultra wide currently has DisplayPort, and I want a DisplayPort to run to it because at some point I'd like to upgrade it with a 144 hertz monitor at some point,
Yeah.
but not right now. Whenever they get cheaper, if I find a used one, I get a cable that's not going to be stretched to capacity. I have a couple of cables right now that go across the corner of my desk and look horrible.
Yeah.
But I think they're HDMI. I can't remember which one's causing me trouble. I can find longer HDMI cables. That's not a problem. When you go to DisplayPort, that's when they start to cap out, and it's like $100 for the 33 footer.
Yeah. It just sucks when you have to be like really specific with the cables and the specifications change all the time. I wish there was just like a way of getting like cables more like universal, so like
Yeah.
all you have to worry about is like the gauge and how many wires are in it, and then you have to
But, like,
adapt to that or something.
Well, like I want to be able to run HDR and like all that shit, and certain stuff isn't going to be supported with every cable. Even what what is it, DHC or whatever the hell they call it, a warning you get when it's like it's not supported,
Yeah.
and then you unplug the HDMI and plug it back in and it works.
Yeah.
So
And
I don't know.
but in this video, they're working with like 300-foot cables or whatever he was saying. He had
Yeah,
like a spool of it.
yeah, well, because it's the shortest one they could find. It's not regular cable though. It's not copper. It's fiber optic. Which I was going to show. I was going to have a video of the week of another HDMI. The video had the guy got for his VR setup at home. He was he had rigged up a little pulley system so it doesn't trip over the cables, but it had to go through the wall, and he had extenders, which is a bad idea with anything video. And someone said, "Hey, you want to buy this 50-foot HDMI cable?" He's like, "What?" And he ordered it, and he's like, "Oh my fucking god, why isn't this existed before?" Like, optical is amazing. I'm using it for my audio right now, and we use it for our sound bar downstairs, and it's just light.
Yeah.
It's insane in the membrane. So, long story short, this is a cool video. Worth your watch. They make it interesting. I'm not going to spoil any of it. I just say, please watch it. What the hell is my backup video? I had a backup video in case you already had this one.
Back that thing up.
Oh, okay. It was a follow-up video. I'm not going to talk about it. Anyway. Okay, want to get some stations?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Stations.
Station.
Man your battle stations. Man your battle stations.
Station.
Station.
Gaming.
Is that what this is for? That's a drum set. They don't game with drum sets.
Yeah, if you look in the comments, there's the part 1 will show it more of his setup there.
That's a potato quality picture, dog. That's a little better. Not that much, though. Is he running a projector?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it looks flat as shit. It looks like it because it looks like a black fabric stretched over there.
Yeah.
So
Well, it reminds me of Linus's setup in that little room.
I mean, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then he's got 2 big ass monitors.
Yeah.
2070. Wow, really? Huh. I don't like it when they run the GPU cables up because then it looks stupid to me.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I like the room. It's like I like the glow of the lights and stuff there. It kind of looks like a studio, which I guess it kind of is with the instruments and stuff. I thought you would appreciate those.
he's got a toilet mug in the back there.
Yeah.
Mm.
You recognize any of the equipment there?
Yes.
Is it good?
Well, I'm going to say that drum set is a synth set because nothing actually has any. Like, if you look at the drums, they're super thin.
Yeah.
So it's probably a MIDI set, which my brother, his old drummer back in high school, had a set like that, and it's really crazy.
Yeah.
It's like it's just basically a MIDI controller that's shaped like drums. And he was at our grad party, and there was a band playing, and they let him get on their set and actually play drums because he had never actually played physical drums before. And they're like, "Damn, that kid's actually pretty good." It's real weird.
Yeah.
And then this big ass keyboard there. I'm kind of jealous of. 'Cause my keyboard's about the size of the keyboard I used to type on. The amp is actually about the size of what I have. It's not a Behringer, but what he has is pretty nice there. It's a half stack. Got pedals on the floor, which is kind of funny now because, I mean, if you plug your computer up to your guitar, you can make it sound like any damn thing.
Yeah.
So it probably means that he's been playing a long time, because I have pedals too, but they're in a closet collecting dust. Because like you don't even have to pay for like you don't have to pay / hack or any of that stuff. Just go and look up free plugins or VSTs, and you'll find a shit ton of sound effects. So yeah, he's got a nice little setup there. Yeah, pretty dope. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the space has definitely like a lot of potential. Like it looks like a pretty big room.
Yeah, it has flavor.
Yeah.
Now this one, he's one of those dudes who had to keep every box for parts that he bought.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
I mean, I've got a few boxes behind me, but that's just because I like the motherboard box I keep because every now and then I gotta pull something out of it. Power supply, same thing. And GPU box I keep because it's got colors to it. I mean, why do you have a box for your Xbox controller? Really? Got a figure inside of his case. I can't quite tell who it is. Let me see. Zoom enhance? Nope, still can't tell. Joypads. I'm assuming that's their, I don't know, YouTube name or something. They got these on the floor that looks like they're getting ready to build in, or they took out. I can't remember because this case looks bigger. It's bigger. Looks like they've got excuse me. Looks like they got a fancy camera for a webcam. Do you think so?
What? Oh yeah.
So look, I forget, what do you call it like that? When they have a camera with zoom and all that shit on it.
A DSLR.
DSLR. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. So he has an actual camera that's hooked up the USB or whatever.
Yeah, it uses a webcam. I know Zombie Unicorn actually was the first one I'd seen do that, and she had a little tutorial about it before. Is that Dougie Fresh messaging you?
No, it's my girlfriend.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
that's sweet.
I sent him a new link since we changed the Hangouts.
I invited him before you sent me a new link because I went to the old one and it let me invite him. I don't know if it doesn't let you invite anybody.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with sending a link is that yeah, if you close or the shit changes, you have to do a new link,
Right.
which is stupid.
Well, you know. And this guy, oh boy. Okay, so wow. Middies for days, man.
I thought you'd have some comments about this one.
Man. Dude.
You think he does any audio stuff, right?
What kind of...
Looks like he's got some decent monitor speakers.
Well, I know these rocket ones on the right are pretty decent. I can't tell what these blasters are up here up top. Let me see here. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Someone says you can't just post Professor Messer's Battlestation signatures. That's illegal or something. Let's see if I can. I'm skipping everything and trying to find anything posted by OP. Nah. I don't see nothing. But yeah, at a certain point, man, how many MIDI inputs do you need? Like,
well,
I understand. Go ahead.
You're not speaking English, Frank. Come on now.
Well, like the one on the right is if you want to do the whole DJ thing with like, scratching, I guess. Because what else could you do with turntables? Digital turntables. And then on the left there, well, okay, on the middle to left, those colorful little squares are touch-directed pads that, like, you can hook a sample up to one of those, and then it can register your velocity, which is your speed hitting the button and how hard you hit it for each effect to know how much of the effect to give.
You mean like it
So
modifies the pitch and shit for that sample, or?
No, if you want to just like say you have a sound of a drum, and if you hit it really fast, it's really versus very deliberate. Yeah. Versus if you want it multiple times, like a like some guys
kind of draws it out, kind of.
I've seen guys use that, and they set up maybe 5 different sound effects, and they tap them out, and it's like like they hit different buttons to create a beat. Literally, like it's like it looks like the what the hell's that? Guitar Hero, but on a fucking little pad.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody's done that shit with like a, that video where they mapped like a secondary keyboard to whatever you wanted or whatever. It was like a whole long thing. Like, I'm talking about regular computer keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
You could do like you had to go through all this coding and shit to be able to map it, so Windows recognizes like a keyboard or like a MIDI thing or a gamepad or something.
Hold on, I'll show you real quick here in another tab here. This is Sean Wasabi. Now you see this device here. He's got these are like arcade style buttons. So like like what do they call that? If you make a arcade cabinet these would literally be the kinds of buttons you'd be using, right?
Yeah.
And you won't be able to hear it, but just to see what he's doing.
Yeah, I've seen some music videos with showing him doing that for the, like some kind of dubstep or some shit,
Yeah, I mean, this is like, I mean, he's basically using it as like a keyboard because he knows what's what symbol he's got to what nub or button or whatever you're saying here. So this here is a less analog version of it. Same with this black keyboard over here. Underneath the big keyboard on the left, there's a smaller keyboard on the right that looks like it's all black. That's because it is. Just like the other guy's drum set is all synthesized. These are synthesized keys, which I don't understand why you would want. Like, because you're not. It doesn't feel reactive. It'll react to you, but you're not getting any sort of movement or click or
It's
like I
radio
understand.
reactive.
Yeah, I mean I know synthesizer keys can be a bit gummy and mushy, but that would be like a chiclet style keyboard. You can't tell you're doing anything if you're not listening to it. And then it's got all these, has these cables and this whole mess here. And it's got an echo back here, and whew, boy,
Amazon Echo.
yes.
Yeah.
And I mean the mouse and keyboard, you can see the tiny little flat chiclet keys on it. So of course they like everything like that. I mean,
And I think he's probably got like every single clickable thing in there like memorized and mapped out in his head.
or it can be customized and tweaked, and you're more fine. I mean, only one set of this by itself could be already infinitely tweakable. You don't need, unless you're like playing with one hand on one thing while doing another thing with another hand. You really, I mean, because I've seen videos where guys will layer up samples, and they'll have the same device create a sample, and then they loop it and play another sample and loop it and play another sample and loop it, and your own device. This, I mean, you can't really be the software you're using would have to map each input to everything.
Yeah.
It's a fucking mess. But the OP is not saying anything. So, like they said, I think he did steal this from somebody. So, yeah. What is it they say? Waiting on OP to deliver?
Yeah. Well, or he just like he's one of those people that just really doesn't think about what he posts, Like
Hold on.
he probably forgot he even posted it. It's still there, Frank? No.
Are you still there?
Yeah.
Everything froze there for a second.
What's your
Yeah.
caps
Half past fuck you and a quarter till not gonna check.
at? Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's not much of a reason to post, like, if you're not going to reply, I don't think there's much of a point in posting something that wasn't yours on a Reddit, it's like, what are you getting out of, out of it?
These fools think I'm telling the truth. LOLs.
Yeah.
Oh, what my dog's barking about? That's weird.
You need to go check on him?
I mean, my wife hasn't said anything. Oh, timeout. Oh well.
Time
But
out for what, Reddit?
no,
Oh,
I was going to post that meme of a skeleton going, still waiting for OP to deliver. But
yeah.
anyways, if I had to pick a favorite,
I would probably say that one, man.
I mean, I like the instruments here, but I can't play drums, so I don't care. And I like the keyboard, but like I don't need my half stack because I never use mine because I plug it in the computer. So it's just wasted on me. The cockpit is cool, but it's a bit much. So yeah, Mister 22, I gave him an upvote, so he gets a peanut.
Oh, okay.
So ready for my stations?
Sure.
All right. This time I set myself 4 because I didn't know if you would steal any line or not.
Mine didn't. From what I saw really quickly tonight, I didn't. It was like slim pickings.
Well, these are older. I looked at earlier this week.
Well, you see, like this one, I would have. I guess lately I've been trying to go by the number of screens and how crazy the setup looks. You know, like as far as
Well,
quantity of things, I guess.
well, it's not quantity with me, man. It's quality.
Well, you see, like I wouldn't even. I can't tell quality though. You're the person for that, I guess, because
Well,
you know your headphones and
uh,
you know like you know all the various brands of a lot of shit and I would have passed this up, you know, just because it's like really basic.
your basic bitch.
Yeah, they even have a. They must have been going for like really minimalist. He's a minimalist weeb with that keyboard.
Yeah. I didn't look. I can't tell if it's an Annie Pro or like a Ducky. I'll have to read. Um, the case I like.
I like the high-speed PC though.
The what?
Isn't that what you call an IT PC or whatever?
ITX.
Yeah, ITX.
You're trying to say HTCP. Home theater PC.
Well, like that's. I think that's the one that. Isn't that like the one Jay did where he was able to feel like a 2080 or 1080 Ti and that shit? And it was like. It was mostly just video card.
The one Jay did was the Ghost. By I can't remember. I just watched the video today. This is the Dan one, I think. The guy Optimum Tech. That's his former main case. It's got a 2080 right here and a Noctua cooler. Trying to see what all peripherals. The mouse bungee is a Zowie, which is okay. I can't tell if the mouse itself is, but whatever. The G-Sync Dell monitor, creative headphone or not headphones, creative speakers. It has a Logitech mouse chilling on his stand for his monitor. Okay. Got a sticker of a anime girl with her butt on the front of the case. That's why one of the comments like fucking weeb. Also the little anime girl with a bunny suit there on the desk and a Pikachu impersonator thing. I mean he's got, you know, my couch drawers. This is like I think a Carl B though, which is a veneer because it's a darker color than mine. I think. I mean, the room doesn't have a whole lot of light in it, so it could just be a dimly lit room to make it look darker. But I do enjoy it. I like this one. And then
I wonder why they discontinued the IKEA Galant system that Jay had. It looked like a good system, you know.
I mean, once people like something, they stop.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes. Now you'll probably like this shit right here, dog. Look at this shit.
That one, I do like that one. Except for the chair.
Well, I mean, there looks like a curved ultra wide portrait that's not even in the fucking shot.
Yeah. No, I do like the colors. It's not like rainbowy. They did some like interesting like pastel type of theme with the colors, you know?
Yeah, kind of more earth tones and like
Yeah.
I like the posters look to be lit. I don't know if they're backlit or if they just have lighting, pointed at them, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, the figurines and everything, it makes me want to know more about this setup, which I feel a good setup's supposed to make you do. You know?
Yeah. I wonder if those lights are the RGBW, like the warm light ones, because that's the kind that I have. Because that kind of white, I don't think you can make with an RGB or whatever. It's usually like when you turn the white on, it's like like a bluish
Blue.
white,
Right. It's too cool. It's not warm enough.
like the strip along the desk or whatever there. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's another setup. Some more of those rocket, I think KRK speakers. I think that's Rode mic, or at least a Rode mic screen. A switch. They like Red Sox. They have an Intermax cooler, and then they got a little rack there with some shit. I mean, once again, this one, I wish it was a little better. They got a little RGB mouse pad, okay, whatever. A little shitty RGB mouse, okay, whatever. A couple of headphones that I can't really see in the dark. Okay, yeah, I'm touching it. Yeah. Looks like they got multiple windows open on the portrait monitor there.
Yeah.
Looks like their tower's in a window too. So once again, like me, got it in a funny place. Nice little shine on the desktops too. And my final station. I figure you like this one.
Oh yeah, that one's nice.
That's nice.
The bezel isn't so nice, but
Well, I mean, it could be worse. The top one's got a worse bezel because this one just really has a chin.
oh no, the top one, that's the only one I'm complaining about. The other ones are pretty good.
That keyboard looks tiny compared to those screens.
Yeah.
And I guess that's Kirby under the front monitor. And then the case, oh boy.
Yeah, the top monitor is like a picture frame.
Yeah.
Is that one of those wall cases or whatever? That's kind of like where it's wall mounted or whatever.
Well, I don't know because it's got feet, so I don't know if it could be both or just like looks like one.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
It's not lit enough.
Yeah. Did they have a specs thing for us in the comments?
Sorry, I'm done drinking my toilet water now.
No, that's fine. Whatever.
Oh, the Ducky 1-2 Mini is the keyboard, so it is small. When you're running that case, it's an Take Core P3 case. Take Ring 360 cooler. Yeah, no, that's all they got.
That's all I got for you, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
So,
Bro.
So, your favorite?
Okay, let's go through them again.
Eh? Eh? Can you see this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna zoom enhance, so I don't gotta open another tab.
Um,
I know your eyes can't see shit. You blind motherfucker.
I'd have to go with the one with the flowers, I think.
With all the Buddha and shit.
Yeah, I like that one.
I mean, there's just so much going on. I want to know.
Yeah. That's intriguing. It's like the most interesting man in the world.
I mean, yeah, the other ones are cool, but they can't compete.
They can't.
I mean, the posters
Can't
look
compete.
like like a display in an arcade or something, or a movie theater.
Yeah.
I wonder how they're lit up like that. I don't know if they're backlit or if, like I said, they just have a light pointed at them, because the case isn't lit up like there's a light right there. So I don't know.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
It's like that emoji.
looks great, but my neck. Looks great, but my neck and eyes would hurt after an hour. That's what a tilt and a pillow is for. Let me see if anyone asked about the posters. Oh. He said, "Do you like cyberpunk?" He says, "No, they like their idea of what cyberpunk will be." And he says, "I love this comment so much."
I forget. Did you say when it comes out you're gonna get that Cyberpunk game?
I mean, eventually.
Yeah. Now, what was there another Cyberpunk game before that?
I mean, not the same. No, not to my
I was
knowledge.
gonna ask because I never watched like a gameplay thing on it. I wonder what is the gameplay like a GTA or something?
I don't know.
Oh.
What? Oh,
Frank's, you're posting something.
I just asked him if the posters were backlit.
Yeah, I saw that you were asking that. Right after I said, I was like, I'll read actually what he's saying.
Right. Okay, let's get on to the news.
Frank's got a nose for news, a boner.
Nosing for
boner.
news. What?
It's like I was saying, man. It's because it's Disney that they didn't. They wanted to do something else for Pinocchio to have it grow. It was Disney, so they had to use something like his nose.
Anyway,
It's so like his penis grows every time he lies.
do the music. The news with Ian. So a fully loaded Mac Pro will cost you over $52,000.
Yeah. By the way, did you get some other? If you're what?
If you're American, it'll be $52,000. I don't know what like in rupees, how many zeros there'd be. Well, like in yen, not yen. Yeah, yen in Japan. Basically, they have 2 extra zeros, so like 1,000 yen is like $10. So you put a decimal after the first 2 zeros, and that roundabout gives you what it would cost in American freedom units.
Well, it's $52,000 is 5.6 million yen.
Yeah, see? So it's not, 52K, it's uh Jesus, I don't even know what the hell a million is. Oh,
In
anyway.
rupees, it's 3.6 million.
Hmm. How is it in pesos?
Peso is 2.6 million.
My my old my French teacher, when he lived in a third world country for a minute, his paycheck, it was like 1,000,000 pesos. It was
Wow.
so much cash that he filmed it. He like recorded it. He's like, "Look at this! All
Yeah,
this money, it doesn't fucking mean anything."
and basically in euros is pretty similar. It's 47,000, so it's pretty close to dollars.
Well, currently, 1,000,000 pesos is wow, is almost as much as this. Is 1,000,000 is 52,700. So it's just over
Yeah.
currently. So like that's a year's pay, pretty
Yeah.
much. Is 1,000,000 pesos.
1 million?
1,000,000 punches in the face. To reclaim your 1,000,000 punches in the face, please.
Oh yeah. By the way, I finally filled out one of those claim forms.
Oh, I have mine. I keep forgetting.
Did you
It's like it's right in front of me.
Oh, I thought did you already submit yours? Because I did
I
mine
filled one out.
online.
I did mine online, and then they sent me this postcard. Can you
Yes.
do it online? I didn't
Yeah.
open it and look at it.
Yeah, because I got the email from Amazon. They're like, we noticed that you ordered one of these FX chips, and you should do a claim or whatever. So
Well, see, I bought mine percenter. Is that who sent me the thing? Let's see, Andy settlement. I don't know. Like I thought it was just a postcard, but you open it up and there's like two sides to it.
yeah, well,
I
I think
figured.
it's the payout is like, isn't it like $40 for one of them?
I thought it depends on who all like how many people do it. Like if they get 1,000,000 people, they got to pay out. Each person's gonna get like 50 cents.
Well,
But like,
I put two, so hopefully it gets me more because I did I do have an 8350, but that was actually upgraded. The first one I had was an 8120, which I think is the first one Jay did on it. That was like his first YouTube thing or whatever on YouTube. Was about that processor. He's like that's how he got into like doing computer YouTube shit on YouTube is because he had that processor. But yeah, so I got to claim both of those. I don't have. I think I got the 8350 from Micro Center, and I don't have the receipt, but I was able to. For the other one I got from Amazon, I was able to show the proof for that at least with the invoice.
I mean, there's nothing wrong. I love AMD, but $20 is $20.
Yeah,
I'm
especially
not
if you
gay.
get
But
40 or 80. If you do
I'm
have
not
more.
gay. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Yeah, and I did notice the things said to be patient because the final hearing isn't until February.
I'm don't. It's how do I get my payment? You either fill out this thing or you do a thing online. I'm pulling up the website while I talk to you here.
Yeah. And I guess you do need like some more official proof if the amount of processors you put in there is like 5 or above.
Yeah, if you're like Jay.
So I'm thinking the more processors you do, the more you could get from it, but I'm not sure. Because it did say like some of it was calculated based on what it's worth. They didn't give you any options for like the kinds of processors that you bought though, or there wasn't any option to put comments in there because I was gonna say I don't have proof for the other processor, you know.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Apparently, I got I got to type WW here. Let me see. So I just typed in the part after the WW, and it's filled in a WW.1. I'm like, no. I don't know. I did a thing online a long time ago when I first heard about it. I don't care. I'm gonna buy it there, and it still pulls up that bullshit site, not secure. Whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
so a new Mac is gonna be very expensive if you get it loaded to the gills. Huh?
Oh yeah.
Well, hold on. Hold, please.
Oh please. It
I
says
did
potential
see-
award for the claim here set up to $300 per CPU.
I mean, I don't know. The this they did say that the newer Mac Pro is very modular, so it's like a regular PC that you can upgrade, but paying for them to give you all the shit is just stupid. Like, no one buys a Mac and with all the RAM. They always upgrade the RAM and other things. So
Yeah.
I have an Apple story.
Oh yeah, by the way, for the settlement, I should say that January 3rd is the deadline for the class members to submit a claim. And then the February 20th of next year is the final fairness hearing. But anyways, I thought I'd do a dog article. I linked 2 articles for this.
Yeah, I just didn't click on it. Hold on.
Um,
Mac Pro teardown finds largely traditional desktop PC inside.
yeah. So basically, you're paying all this money for basically you're paying a lot of money for what's basically just like a normal computer. You know, it's not like really anything fancy, unless if you get the $500 wheels that you put on there. I guess you could put wheels on it.
I mean, I have a little cart that I put my old tower in, and it's got wheels.
But yeah, when it's fully loaded, I think with the 1.5 terabytes, and then you get to like the 28 core in there, or the 1.5 terabytes of RAM, and the 28 core processor, it's I don't know, it's a bit much. It's like, basically you could get. Isn't there some houses that you could get for $50,000?
Yeah, all of Detroit. They found that it does not work as a cheese grater, however, which is what I showed you in the video.
Yeah. A lot of pretty good cars you could get for that price too.
Now, my story was Apple wants to bypass carriers and beam internet data directly to iPhones via satellites.
You were roboting. Repeat that.
This headline: Apple wants to bypass carriers and beam internet data directly to phones via satellites. I
Dems the apples.
look out for Verizon, AT&T, other carriers out there. Apple is working on a way to bypass carriers and beam internet and other data directly to iPhones. So I don't know if they're trying to be the competition or if they want. I mean, BlackBerry had their own network thing.
Yeah,
BlackBerry
that's true.
Messenger. Now, it's not Apple, but I do have a similar story, that I want to throw in here.
Doug's gonna be like, "Well, what do you expect?"
Yeah. Well, of course they're gonna fucking do it. I can't wait for fucking Verizon, man. These fucking AT&T. Book is building an operating system so it can ditch Android. Everyone's trying to do their own thing to get away from somebody else. Because, months and months ago, Bethesda put out Fallout 76 so they wouldn't have to give Steam money. And, Facebook is trying to come out with their own OS so they don't have to give Google money. Well, good luck with that. Portal is their first venture into like hardware, I think. And I agree with Linus that it's made for Nana so that she can see their grandkids without a whole lot of doodads and figuring shit out. I
Yeah.
don't know if I can trust them to make a fucking phone.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Seems kind of, but that's the exact same thing. Apple wants to, send their own data so they don't got to worry about AT&T, the best network anymore, because they're probably out of contract with them. That's why they have other carriers. But anyway, I thought that was similar, so that's why I wanted to hop into that.
Hmm.
Um,
I don't know, man.
next story.
Fucking next.
Yeah. Continue with ad blocker. Close. Intel now content to match TSMC's process technology.
Hmm.
So their
yeah.
7 nanometer will be equivalent to TSMC's 5 nanometer process, but a year later.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to match. They're claiming that they're gonna match the 5 nanometer process, which is I didn't even know that there was one. And then when it comes out, I guess their Intel's 5 nanometer is going to be able to match a 3 nanometer. I I decided to link the original place that I found the article from, which was Gamer Nexus's news thing. Oh, okay. It says update. It looks like Intel issued a statement that discontinuing the. Oh, let me see. Oh, okay. Here it goes.
Down at the bottom here.
More interesting news that came out of the Credit Suisse conference was that Intel expects its 7 nanometer process to match TSMC's 5 nanometer process. Additionally, that Intel also expects that its 5 nanometer process will be on par with TSMC's 3 nanometer process. On top of Intel effectively conceding process defeat to TSMC, what's more crucial is that Intel's 7 nanometer process isn't slated to arrive until 2021, while TSMC's 5 nanometer node is expected to ramp and produce chips in the second half of 2020. As Tom's Hardware points out, when Intel moved to a 22 nanometer FinFET process node, it signaled the beginning of Intel's process leadership reign. Not only were other fabs still on a larger process node, Intel's process was or also features an aggressive transistor density that no one could match. Ultimately, this is what led to Intel's current troubles and even caused problems early on when Intel moved down to 14 nanometer with Broadwell.
Yeah, they're not like they can't even do 10 nanometers, so they're back to 12.
Yeah.
So by the time they get to 7, AMD will actually be on 5, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like the Red River runs on a grain of rice, bitch.
Yeah. It just seems like they're causing themselves a lot of problems lately, or like.
And this thing will cost $20,000 fucking dollars. So, and it'll be the KS keep spending. Man, Fucking Intel. So, this next article. Plunder Volt attack Intel CPUs.
Yeah. I haven't read a whole lot about this. What's the article say here, Frank?
Intel desktop server and mobile CPUs are impacted. Intel has released firmware patches today. It's already been fixed. Next.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Fucking
Intel
up.
especially has seemed like they've had a lot of hardware like problems as far as things getting, like with security, on the hardware level.
I mean, for now. Cox Communications ordered to pay $1 million for failing to stop pirates.
Yeah. So I guess they're getting in trouble because they don't think, like the record companies and shit say that they haven't done enough to thwart privacy. Oh shit! I had the wrong article up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, says. Oh shit! It says a Virginia jury ruled on Thursday that Cox Communications must pay a whopping $1 billion to several music publishers because the telecom company didn't take enough action to stop its customers from pirating music. As Billboard and Variety report, Sony Music, Universal Music Group, Warner Music Group, and 50 other music publishers filed a lawsuit against Cox in July of 2018 alleging that the provider deliberately refused to take reasonable measures to stop at least 20,000 customers from committing repeated acts of copyright infringement. The complaint cited 10,017 songs that were allegedly pirated through Cox's service. The jury decided that Cox was liable for the piracy and that each infringement should cost the company $97,000 or $99,000. I'm sorry. So basically $100,000
per song.
Yeah, they told Variety in a statement that Cox had the right and ability to prevent the continued harm to music creators, and it chose its own profits over complying with the law, adding that the $1 billion punishment serves as a warning to those who willingly turn a blind eye and enable their users to share music legally. My whole thing is like, what was the law? What's the law saying that they should have done then? I mean, there's no laws saying like pertaining to specifically like what ISPs should do.
Yeah, you didn't throttle their internets or send them an email or nothing.
Yeah,
didn't shut it off, make them click something, turn it back on.
Yeah, that's in the Bill of Rights. That ISP should be doing that. It's just scary because it's like people get like you said before you've gotten like messages from your ISP or whatever that you shouldn't be doing that or whatever, and it's like, well, it's not really the ISP's job. Their job is supposed to be to give you internet access, And I mean, if maybe if they have like some monitoring tools that can see that you're doing something illegal that's like pirating music, and then they could report you to like the government or whatever, that's what they could do. But it's not their job to actively like do things to like do like some covert investigation into you or something. I mean,
not my job, bro.
Yeah. Are you gonna have to do like a private eye, hire a private eye for each customer? I mean,
Yes, sir.
I mean, especially in this day where you could get like VPNs and shit, and I mean, there's they can't be fighting a battle with their customers. They're gonna run out of money quick.
I like money.
Yeah.
Do you like money, Ian?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I do.
Oh.
Uh, let me let me see.
Your next article is no fiber zone.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's my whole point with that article though is it's kind of scary because there's other ISPs that could get scared and follow suit. You know.
Right. I mean, they're already like most ISPs are up your ass about it.
Yeah, and I mean if they make it a law where they have to be like either you tell this you tell them that they can't do it or their internet is shut off. I mean I think some ISPs have like a 3 strike thing with that, and then they'll shut your service off. But I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. No fiber zone. FCC funds 25 megabits per second data cap satellite in rural areas. This is progress. It's like that. I imagine that satellites run around like the dinosaur in the Flintstones. It's a living.
Yeah.
We're gonna provide you a speed that is quite meh. Like when I see an ad for high speed, and then I get a little further down into it, and it says 25 megabits a second. That's like meh.
I think isn't 25 you could barely do like 1080p or like maybe one stream of 4K maybe.
I mean, it's barely adequate.
And
For
you're not gonna
basic
get
test.
you're not gonna get that 25 megabits.
No, that it can go up to. You'll probably get 10, maybe, on a peak night.
Yeah.
If everyone in the trailer park is on it, you ain't getting on there, Cletus. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I guess that they'd be like, well, we're giving them some kind of crumbs.
Right. If they want to get better internet, they got to move to the big shitty.
Yeah. Yeah, you move
Which
to the
is
big city where you got to pay like $2,000 a month for a shithole.
this day and age, yeah. Now, next.
Fucking next.
Right. Chrome's data disaster. Browser update wipes Android app data. Update.
Google changed where Chrome stores data. Chrome handles data for HTML apps. Uh-oh.
Oh, I had a similar kind of article.
Have you seen this article
No.
specifically? Oh, okay.
No, and it says update. So, have you seen the update?
No, I mean, I think this article, they had updated it, I think. Yeah, they had original story.
When I see the update, the M79 update to Chrome and WebView on Android devices was suspended after detecting an issue in WebView where some users' app data was not visible within those apps. This app data was not lost and will be made visible in apps when we deliver an update this week. We apologize for any inconvenience. That's a Google statement. What's I'm
I'm not sure what the whole thing is about. That's why I kind of thought that you would I was hoping that
Oh,
you'd have an
no,
idea as what this was about.
no.
I mean, we
I
both
did.
have Android and use
Right.
Chrome on our phones.
Well, no.
I'll
No, I
use.
use Vivaldi. They finally came out with a mobile version,
Oh yeah.
but
Well, that's
Vivaldi
Chromium
did.
based. I don't know if
Yeah,
that would affect it too. Then.
well, Vivaldi to change user agent string to Chrome due to unfair blocking.
Hmm.
Sub headline: Many websites are blocking users from accessing their services, so Vivaldi will disguise itself as Chrome going forward. Because some websites unfairly block browsers from accessing their services, starting with Vivaldi 2.10, released today, the Vivaldi browser plans to disguise itself as Chrome to allow users to access websites that unfairly block them. And then they give a string of data from somewhere, and basically, excuse me,
Basically.
yeah, basically, they got to say, oh, you don't want us to say Vivaldi? Okay, we're fucking Chrome now. I don't know why. It's stupid, but I'm all for them doing shit to make my life easier.
Yeah.
And I have one more tech article before we go into the gaming news. I
All right.
I heard this on the radio and I had to share it. It's not new apparently, but it's the first time I'd heard it. I mean, excuse me, we might have talked about it in the air, but I don't remember. No. Fuck
Yeah, I
you.
like that. I like that meme that you sent me about
Oh,
where he's like, "Goodbye."
yeah. No, I'm not gonna pay for your goddamn thing. Hold
And then
on.
they make you. Well, you like turn it off, and they're like, "Well, we want you to fully turn like uninstall it or something." Don't they sometimes?
Yeah, and you're like, no. So I'll go to the original story I heard was actually NPR anyway. Um, Robotic dog aims to help police take a bite out of crime.
What?
Yeah, so basically in Massachusetts,
Right? Oh.
in Massachusetts, Boston Dynamics is loaning out its dog-like robot named Spot to police departments, beginning with the Massachusetts State Police. People are there's raising questions of why, and there's an accompanying sound article if you want to hear their reporting on it.
Okay.
Basically, the fear is that they will use this. This is a transcript of it. The fear is that they'll use the uh, robot for bad things. Like in 2016, there was a guy who had already shot police officers, so they sent in a robot with a bomb attached to it to kill him.
Oh.
And they were afraid that something like that would happen. But the thing is, this is on loan, so they don't own this robot, so they won't do that. Now, it's kind of crazy. Let me pull up a video of the fucking thing. Because it's like, it's got legs but no head. And it kind of looks like a dog.
That's freaky looking, man.
And like, Boston robot. Boston Robotics dog. Here we go.
That looks like one of those crawler things in a video game or something, man.
Oh yeah, like, hold on. Yeah, Spot. Shut up, guy. Okay. Come on. Look at it.
Yeah. And it has a machine gun come out of his back.
Basically a drone.
Yeah.
Look at this. Hold on. Look where they put it. Hold on. Yeah, the guy just said that they could set it up so it wouldn't need human assistance, like a controller, and that'd be very good for like fixing an oil rig or something.
Hmm.
But yeah, look. And their plan is to have it carry different tools on its back, like a camera or arm.
Dude, that thing blue screens and then it pounces on you.
Ugh.
It was crazy too. Is I remember seeing like a similar like four-legged robot that they were using with the army or whatever, and like the army guy like push it over and it regains its balance.
Right. I mean, yeah, this one it can open doors. I mean, there's all kinds of YouTube videos on the thing. I heard about it on the radio and I said, "What?" And yeah,
What?
yeah. Anyway, so
What?
what? Okay.
Yeah, this was another dog article.
Talking
It's
point is the
12:30.
back button attachment on an attempt to bring the DualShock 4 in line with PS5.
Yeah,
What?
it's like this weird attachment that you put on it. That it has like two different buttons but you could do like combinations with it or something, so that you can it can act like it maps out 16 different buttons. I don't know. It's kind of confusing, but it's just weird because they're trying to do this thing like last minute right before the PS5, and I don't know. It might be a hint to what the PS5 controller might be like. I guess they were saying, but it's just a weird last minute thing, you know. It just doesn't seem to make sense, you know.
Yeah, they're trying to shoehorn something in, get some money before they go something else that's gonna make a lot more money.
Yeah. I don't know. If Doug comes up, I'll mention it to him. He might have some opinions because he is a Sony pony after all.
What? He has opinions? No, not our Doug. I might have to like bounce when he gets here, or maybe I'll just go take the dogs out and let you guys talk for 20 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Redbox no longer rents video games, and it will end video game sales later this year. You could buy games from.
I really didn't know that, but I guess you can.
I don't know like how. I mean, I don't know how you could get games because to install a game, you have to use the number on the fucking game, and once you install it, isn't it done?
Well,
Right?
on the Xbox, when you install a game, you like say if you install a game from the disc, you still have to put in the disc to be able to play it for so that it because it has some kind of like key on the disc that tells you that you have the physical disc.
Mm-hmm.
So like it runs from the hard drive, but it still needs the disc to be able to play it, so that so you're not just making copies over other people's Xbox.
Mm-hmm. The company's trademark rental kiosk have been a handy way to rent physical copies of movies if you still have a disc drive to use to play them. That is.
Now, have you ever done Redbox?
No.
You and your wife? Never
No.
done that? No.
No, I had Netflix before I even met her, I think.
Uh,
I mean, we have a membership to Family Video over here, which has a pretty decent selection of shit. I'd never get anything.
so, like, before when you did do, like, physical discs and shit, you didn't, you never did the Redbox? You just
No,
did,
because,
like, the rental places?
well, I mean, way back in the day, I did the rental places, and Netflix, when I first signed up, Netflix was they will mail you a DVD. Way back in the day, and then you mail it back. Some Reddit users first noticed yesterday Redbox rental kiosks were no longer offering video game rentals, and the company confirmed on Twitter that game rentals are no longer available. I mean,
So I guess they were doing like a GameFly type of thing.
I guess they realize they can't compete with that. Is probably my guess.
Yeah.
Because they probably, I mean, if you go to Redbox, it's kind of limited with everything they have anyway. Because they got to be to, have that much, in one spot.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. Don't know, Doug. Is that your last article?
Yeah, it is. I didn't really have a whole lot of game shit. I figured that you probably would, especially since you did have a thing about Fallout or whatever.
Well, that was my backup video of the week. It wasn't even that big a video.
Yeah, okay. Now, do you?
But
is the rest of your articles gaming, or do you have some what the fucks too, or?
I've got one tech news article, and I can share that video, and that's it.
Okay.
If I click the right link, hold on. Where the hell is it? Facebook.
Yeah, we did this one.
Yeah, where the hell? I thought I had one more. Hold on. Hold up. No, actually, I gave everything. So let me my backup video of the week. So Juicehead here.
Juicehead.
If you ever watched his videos, he does a lot of videos on Fallout, basically. He talks about there's this. If you ever played the first two Fallouts, the gameplay is totally different from the 3D, first-person gameplay of today. And there's a mod where you can play the first Fallout in the engine of New Vegas, and he's like, you might be asking, well, why in the New Vegas engine instead of Fallout 4? That's old. And it's like, well, yeah, this is an old mod that took a while to come out. It was supposed to come out in 2012, because this is what the original Fallout looks like right here.
Yeah, this is the one with the Ian sidekick you were saying before.
Yeah, and like you can barely tell what the hell you're looking at. Versus, if you played in the Fallout 4 or Fallout New Vegas engine, like this here is Ian, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think. Well, Killing Darkwater. I don't know if that's him in the back. Might be him in the front. No, he basically gets the mod and tries it out. And the thing is that when they first came out with it, they got in trouble because they literally just used the dialogue from the original game and dumped it into the mod, which technically they can't do because that's piracy. So
yeah,
some of it they redubbed, and then in the like in his video he shows him playing it, and it still sounds like they did some of it. I think that's because they said that the mod was dropped, and they're like, "Yeah, this is all we got, thanks." But then they send out updates this month, so I don't know. But I mean, if you're like me and you I would love to play the first two games, in a first-person view like this. He says it's literally a 1-to-1 carries over. Like, there's a part where he got stuck and he didn't know how to progress, so he looked up a how-to video on YouTube for the first game, and he tried that in this version, and it worked fine. So it's kind of cool that they went that deep with it.
Interesting.
Yeah, so if you if you've always wanted to play the older games, or want to play New Vegas again for some reason, I mean, I haven't completed New Vegas and I still want to get this mod.
Yeah, there's probably lots of games out there that would be really cool redone, like like the Zelda Ocarina of Time, or like uh, I don't know, like some of the older Nintendo 64 games.
Yeah, I've got a remake of Mario Brothers, but it's in first person.
Hmm.
That's really weird.
Yeah, I bet. It's cool though because a lot of artistry and shit goes into a lot of the mods.
Oh, I apologize. This is Ian.
Oh, okay.
See, it says right there in the corner his name, Ian.
Yeah.
I really want to play it because, like, I showed you what the original game looks like, which, I'm glad that, they're doing it. But, I mean, uh, they say it's top-down isometric. Technically, it's uh, heavier or cavalier oblique projection is what they call this because it's top-down at an angle, but it's easiest
It's
to
like three-quarter view or bird's eye view.
yeah, well, because you use a hex-based map for your navigation, and this is the best way to navigate it, basically.
That's like Doom, Diablo.
You all got phones? So, anyway,
But what would you say though, in your opinion, was like the least favorable game? Would you probably say it was like the New Vegas?
oh no, that's everybody's favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like it because you have to install mods to be able to uh, walk faster and to like, look down sights straight. Um, but the first two games are like really big if you want to play traditional RPGs and story driven, etc., etc. And
Yeah, it's
then
kind of like apples and oranges with the first two games compared to the, like the newer ones.
yeah, and then tactics is like military based. You like control armies basically, and then three and New Vegas, and then four are first person shooters and also somewhat crafting. And now the new one is multiplayer online, and they're all over the place. I really enjoy every game in the series. Um, I would just like to be able to play it. I don't want it to feel so dated. I would like to play it in a fresh, new perspective. Like I'd love it to be in the Fallout 4 engine, but that'd be a whole different job right there. Um, but because
Yeah,
even New Vegas feels dated when you start playing. You're like, oh yeah, this is not new.
yeah. There's just so much you probably want to play. I mean, like you want to get into the outer worlds, right?
I started playing it and I haven't gotten that far. 76 keeps sucking me back in, man, because you can craft and I can level up and all that.
And you wanted to. I forget where you think you'll eventually play that Wolfenstein Youngblood.
I mean it's co-op. I don't know how well I could do single player. Plus I really haven't even played the new Colossus all the way through yet. So
Yeah, you still have to do that.
I mean I'm all for supporting games where you kill Nazis. So
Yeah, I can't believe people are like complaining about that. It's like, dude, you can't. Nothing wrong with killing fucking Nazis.
yeah, we won. Get over it. But anyway,
Uh, but I
so
mean, hopefully you'll have a bunch of time to play games. Hopefully, right this around Christmas time here coming up.
well I'm only like Christmas is Wednesday,
Yeah,
so I mean I get a day off and basically just the weekends.
yeah.
But I don't know, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here and take care of my puppies if Mister Doug isn't gonna come on.
Yeah, I think we're gonna. Well, it's probably safe to say we could cut it, right?
Yeah, we're not gonna sit around and wait to hear him bitch about Ghostbusters.
I know, right?
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Thanks for coming on, and thanks for whoever is listening. I hope. Yeah. By our next show will probably be after Christmas. I'm not sure. Wait, you want to do if you want to take a break or if you want to do a New Year's show.
Well, New Year's is another Wednesday, isn't it?
I think so. I remember
I mean,
Ben said he would do like a special New Year's live show or something. He used to.
Christmas is on a Wednesday. New Year's Eve is on a Tuesday, but New Year's Day is on a Wednesday. So,
Yeah, it's up to you if you want to take a break next Friday or.
We'll see how I'm feeling because work right now. I'm in a holiday crunch because like where I'm at, it's year end, so all the orders are coming in, but because the grant, like they get government grants and shit, and they're going to end, so they're like, go ahead and order shit before we don't have the money next year. And also, like the people that ship to us, FedEx, UPS, they're already working their ass off. So like today, FedEx Express was the last truck I unloaded. So they're supposed to be the first, but they weren't. So it's gonna be crazy. Probably getting mad overtime, dog.
Yeah.
So I might not feel like talking, or I might want an outlet and actually bullshit about nerdy shit with my boy. So we'll see how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm on here till midnight. I got to get up early in the morning. I told you that shit.
Yeah. Well, definitely not gonna wait for Doug. So.
Nah. He can suck a fart.
Yeah. Well.
And then he comes on. Hey, I'm late. Right after we sign out, he'll go, hey, wait 10 minutes, I'll be on.
Yeah. Hey, I can't. Hey, the Hangouts isn't working. I can't. You guys aren't on there.
I was the only one in the chat. What happened?
Yeah. But, well, I mean, Christmas. Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, everybody enjoy your Christmas, and you too, Frank. I hope it'll be a good one. Do you have any, in case we don't do a New Year's, if we don't come on next Friday, what do you have any resolutions or anything?
Nah. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on keeping on, kicking Wayne.
Yep. That's how I view shit,
I mean, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
No one's watching this shit.
Right.
Christmas vacation. That's one thing I was doing all last couple of days because like I've been in a different desk and this guy's got speakers on his computer instead. Mine was just the bullshit built-in little. So I'm like, he's not here, so I put on fucking YouTube and I put on Christmas Vacation and crank it, and everyone's like, yeah. I put on Charlie Brown Christmas, just the entire soundtrack, and they're like, yeah.
Nice. Would you ever get one of those little things for your desk, like those Charlie Brown trees?
My boss has one. We got a full-size tree in our department, and we had a guy come in and inspect it for the lights. He's like, Christmas tree inspection. He's like, Christmas tree inspection for safety, and I knew he was serious because where I work, like people have like space heaters that weren't plugged, like weren't checked by safety, and they'll short out everybody. And you can't short out the electricity in a hospital; it's a bad idea. So
I believe
I knew he was serious, but I couldn't look at him and make a straight face.
it.
And our treated pass inspection, because the top half was burnt out, he's like, it's probably one bulb, but you don't want to check them all, so we just chucked them and got new ones.
So like, do they check like everything that's plugged in, like even like people's phones and shit?
Well, no, because your phone's not plugged in for an entire day.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you're probably supposed to, but no one does.
right.
If you got like we got a fan at one of the desks because there's a heater right above us, because all the heaters are hooked up to the same controller, and if you got it right above your desk, it's blowing on you. It's fucking hot. I have the little fan blowing on me, a desk fan, just to keep me cool, and it had to be checked. What was the other thing we had that had to be checked because it wasn't really regulation? I don't know. We had a shop fan at one point when, like, before we got AC. That thing was a motherfucker. It was like big around.
Yeah.
It had handles like a wheelbarrow, like a wheel on one side and handle lifted up. But anyway, thanks for coming on, everybody. If I don't see you, have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. If I do, well, I'll see you then, fuckers. Whatever.
Yeah. Enjoy your drinks and your eggnogs. I'm not really a big eggnog person. Are you?
I enjoy it, but I can't do alcohol. So
Yeah.
they make vegan eggnog, believe it or not.
Oh boy, that's gotta
Does Kevin-
taste like shit, man.
No, Kevin Smith drinks it.
Oh really?
Yeah, he went vegan. You know that?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Well, his daughter and his wife already were, and then he had a heart attack and had to have surgery. And he said, "Well, I really need to lose some weight." And he went vegan, and he lost a shit ton of weight.
Yeah.
So
Well, a lot of people don't know what the difference is between vegan and like vegetarian.
vegans don't eat anything related to an animal. Vegetarians just don't eat meat. So a lacto-ovo vegetarian can eat eggs and drink milk. A vegan will not drink milk, will not eat eggs, which is fucking stupid because they're just waste byproducts.
Yeah.
If you don't have a bunch of calves, the dairy cow is going to waste time producing milk, and if you don't eat eggs, the hens just making eggs, they're going to throw them away. So
I think a lot of people they, like it's more political than they're like the whole, the
I
animal
guess
suffers and shit around like what they have to do to be able to farm the eggs and or the milk and shit. It's all about how the animal is treated, I guess.
there was
The
a
conditions in the farms, I guess.
I was a vegetarian for years, and I just think they're crazy. They're like, I don't think being a vegetarian is hard enough. That's the way they look at it.
Yeah.
But anyway, to each their own. You don't gotta eat this shit.
Yeah.
So
Each their own. I will say it is unhealthy to eat too much of anything, and like when you limit yourself to the fewer and fewer choices, and then you're like eating the same thing every day, it could probably be unhealthy for you. Like I remember Howard Stern got it down to where he was only eating like fish, and he wouldn't eat any red meat or chicken anymore, and he would just eat fish, and then he got like his doctor said he had a really high mercury level in his body.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was like one of the few things he could enjoy, I guess. And now he's basically down to being like a vegetarian.
yeah. Well,
But
too much water can kill you.
yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
and
Anything is toxic in it. There's a saying that everything is toxic in certain quantities,
and I don't mean that like to drown in water. I mean just like drinking a lot of water.
There you
You're
go.
like,
Water
"Guys,
poisoning.
Yep. Which sounds stupid, but it's a thing.
Yeah,
But
because
anyway,
I've seen those videos where we're like, this is what happens to this lady that drank like 5 gallons of water or something,
yeah, they had a radio contest. Hold your Wii for Nintendo Wii, and they kept giving them water. And then the lady went home, and she was sick, and then she died. I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Ugh. On that
Jesus
note,
Christ. Yeah.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
yeah. Well, thanks for coming on, everybody. We might be on hiatus. We might not. We'll see how we feel.
Yeah.
We might be feeling it. We might not.
By the way, happy birthday, old man.
Aw, you too, old man who had mono. That's an
I'm
old
older.
man.
I'm older, man.
How old are you?
I'm 37. I turned 37 back in September, so yeah,
Oh.
I'm older.
Just slightly.
Yeah, just slightly. Dude, now we got 3 years left to live, right, Frank?
Nah. Next year's it.
Next year's it.
If you do
38, not 40.
next year is 2020, so that's the end of the
Yeah.
world. Not like it's 19 years after the end of the world. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. If you follow Fallout, the world ends in 2077. So I got a while, unless Trump stays president.
Right.
Well-
Isn't that the Cyberpunk 2 was 2077?
I don't fucking know. Well, anyway, everybody, thanks for coming on. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful day.
Well, goodbye. And don't think it hasn't been a little slice of heaven, 'cause it hasn't.
TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
Yeah, that was fun.
Have a good day.
Have a good day. Have a good day, day.